Well, hello. Good early evening. This is Robin, Rockin' Robin's Creative Corner, and we're here to start a new month. It's October 4th, and a new project. I hope everyone is having a good evening. I want to say hello and see how you're all doing. I hope everyone had a chance to look at last month's videos and final project. I think it turned out pretty well. Got some good feedback on it, so I'm real proud of it. So now for this month, what I thought we'd do, and I'm trying to get everything in frame here, is I thought we'd do a altered book ephemera holder, because I happen to need one. So why not do what we need? And I'm sure I'm not the only one. But if you don't want to do an ephemera holder, you can just do an altered book and a junk journal. So what you're going to need is scissors, a ruler, glue, pencil, and a knife. Now, this is vellum, but you can use anything you have. If you want to use paper stock, or not paper stock, you know what I mean, paper, book page, whatever you want to use, but I'm going to use vellum, and I'll show you why when we get to that. So, and a book, and this one is a good size book because I need a good size ephemera holder. I may have to make a few of them, that's how much, because I cut paper at night when I spend time with my husband. I sit and cut paper while he watches football or baseball or golf or whatever's on. I kind of watch it, but I listen to it mainly. I don't really watch it. So anyway, let's get back to our book. So this book I got in a used bookshop, and I think I paid 50 cents for it. And this is Strange Stories and Amazing Facts, and it's a Reader's Digest, and it is from, let's look here, 1977. Yeah, so it's vintage. 77 was quite a while ago now. I hate to admit that, but it was. So anyway, I was just a kid. This book is 10 1/4 inches long, and it is 7 1/2 wide. Its spine is almost, it's about 1 3/4, so almost 2 inches. So what an altered book is, because I've never done one, so this is going to be the first, and if you all have any kind of advice for me, please let me know. Let me get that wire out of the picture. But the reason I bought this book is, look at this cover. Isn't that beautiful? Red's my favorite color, and I just thought this was such a great looking book. It is just beautiful, and they don't make books like this anymore. They just don't. But this one's called Strange Stories and Amazing Facts, so I kind of was flipping through it and going, wow, there's a lot of great stories in here. There's a lot of great graphics in here, that I just may rip those pages out and keep the graphics so I can fussy cut. But whatever pages I do cut out, I will use, and it'll go in my book page folder. So, without further ado, what I have watched probably 100 videos trying to figure out what and how we do this. So what my understanding is, we always leave the first page, and this was somebody's book, so I will decorate this, but this is a good thick heavy page too, so I'm going to leave that. I'm going to leave this page. No, what I'm going to do is glue these first 2 pages together. So I'm going to get the big glue stick out, and I am going to run it around and get good glue on this, and I use a good amount of pressure. Did I do it right? Oh my gosh, I thought I did it wrong. Holy cow. Okay, and I'm going to get sticky, because I've been noticing since I've been doing junk journals, I get sticky. Okay, so there we go. And then I'm going to take my my pour bottle. I really should buy a new one just for the camera. It is so old, but it still works. And I refill it. But I'm just going to run a bit of glue up in the fold and around the outside edge. And the reason I do this is so the pages stick together better. Okay? So just on the outside edge. And that's it. Then I'm going to take this other page. I'm going to fold it over and mush it down. Okay? Then I'm going to take my scraper here, and I'm gonna just make sure that's good and glued. And what that does, it reinforces that page. So now that page is thicker. Okay? And I think I want to do one more. I think I want to make it 3 thick, because this is going to be holding ephemera. And I want to make sure these pages are strong enough to hold them. Now, if you don't want to use a book and you want to use cardstock, there's my word. I couldn't find it before. I finally found it. So anyway, if you want to use cardstock, you can make pages out of cardstock and you can hinge them. I've done that, and I will show you one that I've done. I made a few ephemera holders, but never an altered book. So I decided I was going to do this because I have an abundance of fussy cuts, and especially small ones. So that's what I want this for. I want it for all the real small stuff. So I want to make sure these pages are good and sturdy. I'm going to run this over and make sure, and that's better. I like that. That's like cardstock thick now. I like that. Okay. And they may wrinkle up a little bit, but that's okay. That's okay. Right now they're nice and smooth. So now what I want to do is take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That seems to be the general consensus with all the videos I watched. So 6 pages I'm going to attempt to rip out. So I'm going to pull very gently, and that's not working. So what I'm going to do is take a ruler, put it underneath, because I don't want to cut through to the other pages. That's my thinking. Let's get this book back in here. So I'm going to push this ruler up underneath and take my metal ruler and put it right in the seam. Get my knife I'm right-handed, so I'm gonna have to turn this upside down because I cut better going this way. And what I want to do is get my knife in here and just follow. Oops, don't cut the page before, Robin. That's not what you're supposed to do. You know, we may end up going to cardstock on this, because I probably should have tried one before I tried to teach one. But I figured we could learn together. There we go. We got it going now. Okay, and if worse comes to worse, I'll tape the pages back in. How's that sound? Okay, she's not loose yet. I probably should have put a new blade on this. There we go. She's coming apart now. There we go. So, there we go. I got 6 book pages. Let's see how bad it looks. Not bad. Not bad. And you can go up in here and get rid of these. But I'm not going to worry about that right now. So then, I'm going to take the next 3 pages. And the reason I'm doing that is to make space. Because what I'm going to do is put ephemera in here. So I need space for the layers of ephemera. So now I'm going to do the same thing I did on the first page. I'm going to take this and I'm going to glue. Going to glue. Glue, glue, glue. You know, when I was a kid, I couldn't be bothered with anything like this. Never ever did I think that I would be sitting here with glue, scissors, a pencil. I hated art. To the point where I had an art teacher that said, "Why do you bother coming here? You never even want to try." And he was right. He was absolutely right. I just never saw anything good about it. I did teach myself how to crochet though. And that's back when crocheting wasn't cool, but I enjoyed it. So I'm going to do the same thing. Going to run glue right along the edge, on the inside, along the edge. There we go. Hold that page over. Get it stuck down. Where's my... Okay. I'm going to do the next page. Same thing. And this is boring. Now, if you wanted to just do an altered book, what you could do is pull a few pages out, like 4, 5, 6 pages, maybe 8 pages, whatever you plan on doing on your next page, and then like fold the page over, fold the page up, you know, make a junk journal out of the book itself. It's already got a cover on it. You just have to decorate the cover, right? So, okay. Get this. And let's get that stuck down. Very nice. I like that. Nice, good page. And look at that graphic. Excuse me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. This time I'm going to try putting the metal ruler under here. It's thinner, so maybe that would work better. Let's pull this back as far as I can. Okay, get this ruler up in there and get my knife. You know what? Let me get this big bad boy. Oh, this is this was gifted to me. This thing is, I'm afraid of it. It's very heavy duty, sharp, very sharp. But let's get the ruler held right in here. Get my blade down in there, right on top of that other ruler. Keep that in. Oh, that one went smoother. Okay, let's see if we're loose. Almost. Let's go again. Okay. There we go. That's out. That's out. Alright, I got one more. Get that ruler up in there. Okay, so if anyone else has done one of these and I'm doing this wrong, please let me know. Because I don't know. Look at that, it worked. It worked. Another set of pages bites the dust. Yep. Okay. There we go. So we just continue on like this. And you see, there's space. There's space between these pages now. I'm just hoping it's enough space. But this one, because the knife was sharper, cut really like, oh, it cut more than that. Oh, I must have went under the ruler. How many more pages too? That's okay. That's okay. It just gives me more room. Let's see. And this I'll just get out. Okay, so let me show you the ephemera holder I made. And here it is. Whoops. Called Bits and Bobs. That's what I named it, and I spelled it all backwards on purpose. And on the other side I have ephemera, and the only ephemera I have in here is from another group I belong to. She designs her own papers, and I had purchased the papers and I entered this into one of their challenges. And I actually won the challenge, so I was pretty excited because I had never won before. I won in this group, but I never won in that group. So, but see these little tiny bits? They're tiny. They're little. But I have bits that are even smaller than this. And you see this slot page? Well, we're going to make something like that, but not that. These are envelopes with ephemera in them. And they just, see the different things you can do. There's another envelope. This one has a string. And it's got a B for Bits and Bobs. And then when you go the other way, it's an accordion. I made, these are file folders that are pocketed file folders. Okay, let me get it in camera. And they're waterfalled. And then you just stick that down. And then I used plastic bags. Let me show you one. If you buy stuff, you get these plastic bags. Everything comes in plastic bags. So what I did is, I can't throw them away because that's me. I said someday I'll figure out something to use them for. Well, I did. And I used them in here. And this is a plastic bag that I cut. I put a cardstock in it, then glued it onto the page, and it made, see? It made a pocket. And I put the bigger ephemera in it. This one is a corset page, and there's ephemera in here. There's another envelope, yada yada. I do have this videoed, and I'll see where it is, and if I can, I'll add the link to it so you can see. But then when it's all done, bring it around, whatever, and then you this is how you close it. You just wrap it around these two brads, and it holds everything in nice and tight. See? But the problem is I only could fit the ephemera from that one paper pack in here. There was so much ephemera. So anyway, that's why I need more ephemera holders. Anyway, I was going to show you some ephemera, but it's way too much right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep gluing. You go ahead and keep gluing. And this book is 650 pages long, I think. Let's see. How many pages? Oh no. I exaggerated. 608. So I'm going to keep going, and I'm going to pull 6, 8, 10 pages at a time. And then when I get to the end, then I'm going to go back, and I'm going to show you the next step I'm going to do. Okay? So let's get gluing, and I'll see you in a little bit. Just thought I'd check in with you, see how you're making out. I'm going slow but sure. This takes a little while. So, I am realizing this is not as easy as I thought it was going to be. But that's okay. I'll just do this all night, I guess. But I think what I'm going to do is do a few more. And then I'm going to come back and we're going to start our actual process of making the journal. But I will say the metal ruler is nice under there because it goes right on the metal. And the metal ruler's thin. So, okay, so I'll keep cutting. I'll be back. Okay, I was gone all of what, 10 seconds for you, and it was a little bit of time for me, but what I've decided is this is going to be a week long, not a week long, but it's going to take a while to glue 600 and some pages and cut 600 and whatever. I picked this big book, so the big book is what I got. Okay, so let me get some ephemera and let's look at this book and how we're gonna work it. Okay, I'm back, and I just want to show you. Let me lift this camera up. There we go. This is my current ephemera holder. It was gifted to me by a really good friend. She's really wonderful. I helped put together her craft room, organize the whole thing, and anyway, she had given me this, and so I use it to put ephemera in it. Now, as you see, what I do, where's my camera, I use those little bags, and like this one's all butterflies. So one night I'll just sit and cut butterflies. These aren't totally fussy cutted, but they will be. This one is from Digitals from, I wrote on here, Shabby Dabby Doodah. When I buy Digitals and cut them, I make sure I label, well, I now make sure I label who they're from. But as you see, okay, right here, this is tiny. See this? And this is what, 1.5 by 2 maybe, this card. And so this one's really tiny. And that's what I want. I want to be able to organize all these little tiny bits of papers. And I have them from many, oops, shops. And okay, let me get that one, put that one back. But when I go to use them, what I have to do is take them all out of the envelope to find what I'm looking for. And I want to make sure I give whoever did the papers their, you know, their due, let people know where I got them from. So, as you can see, I got a long ways to go, because that is full. And I have a whole pile still sitting out in the other room that I cut at every night. So let me just get one out here. Let's see. Where's that one that I really want to do? Here. Okay. Look at this. This is a lot. This probably weighs almost 2 pounds. This is a lot of ephemera. And it's little stuff. Then I have little bigger stuff. And it's all from one Etsy shop that I bought some papers from. And this one is from, oh geez, where's her name? Where's her name? I'll look it up. I can't think of it off the top of my head. But anyway, see the leaves she does? Aren't they beautiful? But I cut all these. I cut all the leaves. Look at this one. I love that leaf. Wouldn't that look great with some paint on it and put in a thing? So anyway, okay, I'm getting off the subject. But that's what I do. I just love these leaves. Oh, and then there's the stamps. Look at these stamps. And I have scissors that cut this like they're real. Let me show you. Right here. Watch. Look at that. No, come on. I just can't get used to this. There you are. See the little notches? See them? Isn't that so cool? I love these scissors. I forget the millimeters. You buy them by the millimeter. And look at that. Isn't that cool? So anyway, I want to cut them out, but I have so many little bits in here now that I really want to get the book done. So, on to my next step. What I want to do is take some of these out and see how big they are. Okay? There I go. I got some out. And these are the smaller ones, and that's what I want to start with. So, this is my first page. There's my cover page. Ooh, feel that. Ooh, I like that. This is page 1. So, do I want to start here or in here? I think I want to start in here. I want it 2 by 2. And maybe decorate this with a tag as to whose ephemera is in the next pages. And what I want to do is work my way up. Oh, what is her name? This is killing me. 1 second, I'm looking it up because she has beautiful, beautiful stuff. Let's see. See, I keep everything in folders, and I just have to find her name. Okay, the other one is line dot arrow. No, it's not Roxy. That's Shabby Dabby Doo Dah's the other one. Oh, she's not in Etsy, that's right. She's in Ko-fi. Ko-fi. Tracy Fox. That's who these are from. Tracy Fox. And she has beautiful, beautiful stuff. Gorgeous, gorgeous. Oops. Okay, let me not mess with the computer. Let me get back to this. So now what I want to do is see how big these are. Because what I want to do is make pockets that run across there. And I want to stick these in the pockets. And this is the reason I want to use vellum. Because with the vellum, you can see through it. So if I make a little pocket right here at the bottom, and I stick these in, these itty bitty little bits, and say I even go by color, because I'm pretty anal that way. But these bigger ones I want to go on the next line maybe. But these little itty bitty ones I may want down here, or I may want here. So what I'm going to do is measure, and I can tell just by looking, that's an inch. It's got to be an inch. So let me look. It is. Look at that. It's exactly an inch. Okay? So what I want to do is, is make this pocket 1 inch tall. I'm going to need at least 1/4 to 1/2 inch. No, I don't, because I want to keep it tight. So I'm going to glue along the bottom of it and then glue the sides, because I want to keep this pocket tight. I don't want to give it any give, because I don't want these falling out. So I want to be able to stuff it and have it full, and for it to actually hold what I'm putting in. Now the other thing I could do is also attach it in the middle and have 2 pockets. But for now, I'm just going to go across. I'm going to go across the page, and I'm going to see how tall these little itty bitty bits are. And say I go 1 inch over that one, say 1.25 inches, and I put another pocket. And I just keep going, and this whole page will be itty bitty little bits. Or the very first page over here. This will be the itty bitty little bits. Then I'm gonna actually put them in it and see as I go and see how full it gets. And maybe I'll get to these pieces. So the next page, I'll make the pockets big enough to hold the next size pieces, which are taller. See that? So now the difference is from the bottom, I want it 4 inches. Oh geez, you can't see me, I'm sorry. So for the difference from the bottom, I'm going from the bottom of the page, I'm looking at where this ephemera is sitting. If this is down here, say this one's 1 inch, the next one is 2 inches because they're bigger papers. I'm going to go from the bottom and go up about 1/2 to 3/4 of an inch, because I want to be able to put the papers in and take them out. So that is our next step. So let me just gather these up and get them out of the way and put them back in their little holder. And these are those bags. I don't throw them away, because you know the sticky stuff still works. it closes them up. But the only problem is all her stuff is in one bag. Because I want to make sure I give her credit for all her wonderful things. So, okay. So this first page, I'm going to go to the first page. And I'm going to measure. And this first page is 6.5. 6.5 inches from end to end. And I want it an inch high. So, let's do it. They're all going to be 6.5 inches on this page. And this, let me see. I guess that's okay because that'll keep them separated. Now, if you want to decorate this, you can. For me, I'm not going to decorate this because once I get it full of ephemera, you can't see any of this anyway. The only thing you might be able to see is the outside. But it probably wouldn't be a bad idea to decorate it. I wouldn't decorate it with book page because that's what it is. It's book page. So maybe some plain cardstock, or I have this. I love this stuff. I love this stuff. This is newspaper paper, and it's actually, I think they call it mulberry, but it's like newspaper print. And it's when you glue this onto paper, I can't explain it. It makes it strong. It makes a very nice strong paper. And this feels almost like material, but it is paper. So if I were to decorate with anything, I'd probably use this because you can see the book page through it. Maybe I would stamp the book page, cover it with this, then, but see, that's white on white. You can't tell the difference. So no, I would have to dye this, or maybe use tea dye. Tea dye could look good. Let's see, let me get a piece of tea dye. Actually, this is a piece of packing paper, and well, it's got a little bit of a difference, but not a lot. Okay, there's some tea dye. That's even lighter. Yeah, no, I don't want the white. I just don't want it. If anything, I would have to do color maybe. Let's just grab a piece of I'm just gonna grab a piece of anything here. This is just some cardstock. Put this on top. Now that could be cool. That could be really cool with it going across. Stamping it. I would like to maybe take I have distress inks. I have the big ones, the little ones, sprays, all that stuff. But anyway, so take a little one. Just grab the page. Just to make it darker. I like doing stuff like this. It brings the child in me out. Do you have a child inside you? Okay. And you put this over it. That looks pretty good. I could even add different colors to it. Say, let me just grab one. What is this one? Orange Blossom. Let's see. Let's just be very light with it. See what happens. Oh, I like that. Oh, I like that. Let me do the edges. Look at that. Very light. Not pushing on this at all. What do you think? That looks very rusty. Very rusty. This is called Orange Blossom. It's archival. And all of my inks, I have probably about 28 of those little ones. I got them at a craft swap where you bring things that you have too much of and you donate, and then they set all the tables up and you be there at a certain time and everybody goes in and you get to take whatever you want. It's really a lot of fun. This one's, what's this one? Peeled paint. It's a green. Let's just put a little bit in here. Barely touching it. I like that. It gives it just, oh, I like that. What do you think? I like that. Now if we put the paper over it, kind of looks cool, huh? Alright, so now that I got that out of my system, let me cut this 6.5 by 1 inch, and let's see how it works. Where's my cutter? Here's my little guillotine. This wrap. Come on out and play. And I only want 1 inch, so I'm going to eyeball it. That's about 1 inch. Okay, and then I want it 6.5. So I'm going to put it up against the book, make a crease right there, put it in my cutter, and let's see. Let's see how that turned out. Oh, I still have all these scraps. Okay. So we'll put that right here. I'd say that's perfect. So let me get my art glitter glue. And let me glue the sides. One side and the bottom. And art glitter glue holds this very, very well. Here in Florida, a lot of people use double-sided tape. But here in Florida, double-sided tape doesn't last very long. I think it's the weather down here. It's the humidity or something. But it comes loose. So I used to use a lot of double-sided tape till things kept coming loose. And I said, well, that doesn't work very well for long. So I'm going to make it even with the bottom, keep it tight, rub it in, and see the art glitter glue disappears. See that? You can't see where I glued it. Alright, let me get my little bits. And put them in. And let's see how it worked. I like it. I like it. Look at that. Look how little some of these are. Some of these are itty bitty little things. Okay. Let me keep putting a bunch in here. I don't want to make it too full because I want to be able to see what I have in here. That's the purpose. To be able to open this up and say, oh, yeah, here's Tracy's labels. And look at them. And pick out a color and see how big it is, and instead of emptying an entire bag. There we go. Now, the other thing I just thought of, with the holidays coming up, we have Thanksgiving and Halloween and Christmas and all kinds of Rosh Hashanah and all kinds of religious holidays coming up. And maybe you make journals for this. You could have Christmas in one book, or just do a smaller book, not one as big as I got going here. You could do Easter. You could do, just a holiday book. That's an idea. Or if you do craft fairs and you want to you make a lot of one thing, and you like keeping that together, here we go. This is a perfect idea. So now I'm going to measure, and I want the next page to be about a 1/2 inch over this one. So from the bottom, I'm going to make it 3 inches up over this one, and I'm going to make another one that's 1 inch. Okay, so let me get my cutter, get rid of all these scraps. Let me cut 1 inch. About 1 inch. Actually, let me cut a couple inches, because I keep bringing this back up, and I want to do 1 page of small stuff and then go to the bigger stuff maybe. Okay, I'll cut 3 strips. There we go. And I want them all the same length. I'm going to take them here, put them to the end. Let me just take one. Let me crease it. There's my little mark. Put them all together. I'm pretty good, because these are all pretty even. Okay. Put them in here. Line up that little crease mark. How do you like how I don't measure it? I do all kinds of wacky little things like that. But it works for me. So you do what works for you. If you need a ruler, you go ahead and use it. See, now I'm just eyeing it. I'm saying, yep, that looks good. And I want it tight. So I'm going to put glue. Glue. Yeah. Okay. we go. Rub it in. If you use this glue with this paper and you rub it in immediately, it goes, it bonds, and it spreads. And there. Now let's get some more out. And let's see. This is kind of taller. We don't need the taller yet. Oh, we got more little ones. Let's take the bigger stuff out. Put it there. That's a bigger one. Bigger one. Little one. Bigger one. So you see what I'm doing? I'm actually organizing my ephemera so I can see what I have. So when I pull my book out, I can just say, oh, let me get this label. Let me do that label. Oh, I just want a little bit. Okay, leaves are going to go on their own. Let's see. So, okay, this is bigger. These are in between. So, these little itty bitty ones down here. And put these here. And there it is. That's how I keep. Oh, here's numbers. They should go in their own spot. We can move these over. And then these I still have to finish fussy cutting. But here's, oh, then we have circles. So I could put like long ones over here. So do you see what I'm doing? I hope I'm not boring you. But I think this really saves a lot of time in the long run. You know, it might take a little time to put them in here and organize them, but it's really not taking me that long. So there you go. So I'm going to keep going. Already got my next strip done. I'm going to eyeball this one. Going to put it just about a ½ inch above that one. I'm going to glue it down. And I'm going to keep going. And you know, do you see what I mean about not being able to see the back? You can't see what's underneath. But if you wanted to do a color or something, I can get that. Yeah, I could understand that one. That would work. So there you go. There's your assignment for the week. To take a book, cut pages out. If you want to decorate the page, go ahead. But let's make ephemera holders. Okay? So we will see you next Saturday. Don't forget, pound RRCC. I would love to see some posts. I may have a surprise at the end of this month. A giveaway for the person who, I don't know. We'll see. But I really think I'm going to do a giveaway. So, without further ado, I will see you mañana. Ta-ta for now.